Well, 30,000 New Yorkers have the United States Supreme Court on their side. The latest decision by the country's highest court is a big victory for dreamers. And one of New York's leading immigration attorneys came here as an undocumented immigrant from Mexico when he was 5 years old. So for Cesar Vargas, this victory was personal. And Cesar joins us live this morning to share his story. Good morning to you, sir. First, congratulations to you and all of the other dreamers. Can you explain to us, though, what exactly this decision means for the fate of dreamers and what does it actually allow them to do?
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me. Well, it's a big win. It was an unexpected win, especially coming from a conservative-dominated court. Chief Justice Roberts was the swing vote that sided with New York's very own Sonia Sotomayor and four other Supreme Court justices. But overall, this was a big win that meant that it was allowing DACA, the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrival program, to be intact. It meant that those dreamers who had protection against deportation, the ability to work, will now live in peace, knowing very well that the program is intact, that the program will continue, and as well that the court allowed it to reinstate the entire program as it was in 2012 when then President Obama created the program. It allows new applicants. It allows foreign travel for educational purposes to visit a sick loved one in their home country. So this is a big win that ultimately it means that the court scolded the president that he couldn't just take action and end this program without going through a formal process under federal laws. But it also scolded Congress, letting them know that this is just a temporary solution, that it's up to Congress to create a path to citizenship for dreamers and the 11 million undocumented immigrants. And ultimately, for me, this means that my family could be together. My younger brother has DACA. He was worried that he could have been detained, deported. He was worried about losing his job, about stopping from going to law school. And ultimately, this is the ability for me to know that my country is on my side. I serve in the United States Army, and for me, knowing very well that my family could be separated from an enemy abroad was disheartening. And now I know that my family is together,
Sure.
and that's why I serve this country.
Now, Cesar, you do mention, though, this decision doesn't end the debate for good on DACA. I mean, how much time does this actually buy you?
Well, definitely. The next steps is the ability for us to know what the Department of Homeland Security will issue now that it has to reinstate the entire program. It means that it will have to allow for new dreamers who didn't apply from the 700,000 people to send their application and get that protection. It allows for foreign travel. It allows for that work authorization. And it could potentially mean that that President Trump could try to terminate the program once again. But according to the Government Accountability Office, a federal agency takes about 4 years to end or issue a regulation, and in this case, end DACA. So we have plenty of time. We have plenty of time for an election, which is why the election is so important. So legally, it's an important victory. Personally, and just the fact that of what it means to so many people is, we're speechless. This is beyond words, and it's a victory for so many people. It's a victory for our country. It's a victory for the 27,000 DACA recipients that are essential workers working in your hospitals, taking care of your parents, taking care of your family and siblings. Now they could keep on doing their job and making sure that we're serving our country, and ultimately for us to ensure that we are keeping our country as a nation of immigrants, as a nation that everyone can pursue that American dream.
All right, Cesar, I'm sure you still have a lot of work to do on this. We appreciate you joining us this morning, and congratulations once again.
Thank you so much for having me.